Hello, I'd like to welcome you to this special online presentation. My name is Penny and today I've got the great pleasure to be talking to you about mobile marketing. Specifically, how and why you need to mobilise your business to reach buyers and beat your competition. We've got a lot of great content to cover today, so let's get right into it. What is mobile marketing? Let's get on the same page here and make sure we're all using the same definition. Here's the one I use, which is from the Mobile Marketing Association. Mobile marketing is a set of practices that enables organisations to communicate and engage with their audience in an interactive and relevant manner through any mobile device or network. What's a mobile device? Well, mostly we're talking about smartphones, but this category also includes gadgets like tablets, e-readers and even gaming consoles. Basically, anything that's small, portable and able to connect to the internet. We also include dumb phones, which is a phone able to connect to the internet, but it is not a smartphone. Unless you have a proper mobile website, your desktop website will probably display like this one. Only 1% of businesses have a proper mobile website. Dumb phones still outsell smartphones. About 75 to 80% are still dumb phones. You are losing these potential clients because they cannot see your website. Dumb phones can still do click to call, etc. What comprises mobile marketing? This field is dynamic and changing every day. But as of today, there are 4 basic elements that I'd like to cover. Mobile optimization or mobile SEO, SMS messaging, that's synonym for text messaging, mobile advertising and mobile applications. We'll explore each of these elements and the opportunities they create in greater detail later in the presentation. I always like to address the who cares question right up front. Now, if you registered for this webinar, the chances are pretty good that you have some notion of how important mobile marketing has become in the last few years. But maybe there are some people in the audience today who need this subject put into context. The stats on this slide should help. As you can see, mobile phones are a big deal. 87% of Americans have them, and it may surprise you to learn that a majority of the population says that their phones are their most used device, ahead of personal computers. UK statistics are very similar. And mobile has become so prevalent that mobile is in, analog is out. Ask anyone under 40 years old if they have a landline. It's shocking how many of them have ditched their landlines in favour of mobile phones. If that's not enough to convince you, consider this. People use their phones 5 times more to search for information on local businesses. And according to a recent Google IPOS survey of US consumers, 71% of smartphone users that see TV, press or online ads do a mobile search for more information. The question I submit to you is, are you reaching them there? Is your business mobilised? Make no mistake, the future is mobile. Morgan Stanley predicts that mobile browsing, i.e. surfing the web from your phone, will outpace desktop browsing within 3 to 5 years. It almost seems like science fiction, doesn't it? It's hard to believe that just a handful of years ago, iPhones and Androids didn't even exist, and now they are such a big part of our lives. Well, I can assure you, this is not science fiction. This is happening now. The growth of mobile marketing is breathtaking. For example, location-based marketing, marketing that is targeted to an audience based on its specific location, is projected to grow to $6 billion in 2015, and that's from $0 in 2009. The popularity of mobile marketing is fueled by 2 things: buyer habits, which we've already talked about, and equally important, results. Businesses that have adopted mobile marketing strategies are seeing mind-blowing results and response rates. According to a study commissioned by Borrell Associates, some restaurants are seeing 65% redemption rates for real-time geo-targeted ads. Imagine having 65% of your prospects respond to your marketing campaigns. That absolutely blows away other forms of advertising. Okay, at this point, let's assume you're convinced that this mobile marketing thing is a legitimate opportunity. The question you probably have now is, how can I use mobile marketing to grow my business? And what are the benefits and challenges of adopting this medium? Well, there are several benefits. Let's start with these. Now, this isn't an exhaustive list or anything, but it's a good place to start. Mobile marketing is a great way to increase customer loyalty by engaging them wherever they are, not just when they are tethered to their computer. Mobile marketing is helping many businesses bring in more revenue per customer. Mobile marketing is a great way to promote awareness of your brand. Mobile marketing can help boost the number of visitors you get to your website. Mobile marketing can give a real boost in retail traffic, one of the most critical factors in Main Street business success. Now let's talk about some of the challenges, real and perceived, that are preventing small business owners from adopting mobile marketing. According to a recent study, almost half say they don't have the time to figure it out. This is understandable. Small businesses are, as a rule, strapped for time. 30% of those surveyed said mobile marketing was outside their budget. Now, the reality is that mobile marketing is cost-effective and affordable, but there's still a perception that it's only for big companies with deep pockets. And another third said they were interested in mobile but weren't sure where to begin. So let's tackle that last question, where to begin? A great place to start is with mobile optimization, often called mobile SEO. What's mobile SEO? Well, it's pretty simple. It's all about making sure your website is findable and usable in the mobile context. Searching on a phone is a little tougher than searching on a computer, so you need to make it very easy on your users. Here's the thing. The popularity of mobile devices has presented new challenges for publishers. For one thing, phones have tiny screens, and most business websites were designed to be viewed on the expansive monitors of a desktop or a laptop. Here's the rub. People won't stay on your website if it doesn't display well on their mobile screen. You may sell the best darn widgets on your side of the Mississippi, but if your website isn't optimized for mobile, you're going to lose customers to the other guy. So creating a mobile-friendly site is a really good idea. This is an example of what a website that isn't mobile optimized may look like. Not too attractive, is it? But the majority of businesses out there still don't have a mobile optimized site. As you can imagine, the ones that do are at a real advantage. What does a mobile-friendly site look like? Here's a good example from a sandwich shop called Firehouse Subs. Basically, it looks like a stripped-down version of your current website. The layout is a little different, of course. Mobile browsers are often looking for basic information, things like driving directions, hours of operation, and contact information. So this app makes it very easy to find those things. So I think step one is to create a mobile-friendly site so that all the millions and millions of mobile phone users can find you and get what they are looking for. Make sure you have the basic information that someone would be looking for when on their phone. Address, phone number, driving directions, etc. prominently displayed. Next, let's talk about SMS messaging, commonly known as text messaging. Text messaging is a widely popular and mind-bogglingly effective way to promote your business and acquire new customers. Consider the stats on this slide. Look at how engaged people are with their phones. 3/4 of phone users send or receive 664 text messages each month. And open rates for text messages are off the charts, better than any other marketing channel. Lastly, whereas people change and create new email addresses on a whim, people hang on to their mobile phone numbers for life. That means that once you have their number on your list, you'll likely be able to reach that person for years to come. There's a widely held notion that text message marketing is simply a form of spam, and that users hate getting promotional messages delivered to their phones. There's a grain of truth to this notion. You do have to be careful with SMS marketing. But you should also know that people want to hear from you. I'm not making this up, the data shows it. One survey shows that people actually prefer to get coupons via text message than over other channels. Here's an example of a coupon received via text. I can see why people would prefer getting a coupon this way over other forms. I mean, who wants to clip coupons out and carry them around with you wherever you go? However, a coupon on your phone is very easy, practical way to take advantage of special offers. And every phone made can receive texts. And text messages aren't just good for coupons, they are great for appointment reminders, letting people know their reservations are ready, letting them know the status of a project you are working on. There is almost no end to the practical uses of text messaging. If you decide to launch an SMS marketing campaign, there are some things you should consider. Number 1, get permission and make it very clear how you intend to use their information. Nobody wants to be spammed on their phone. Number 2, encourage participation by offering incentives. People love a discount or special offer, so use those to build your list. Use SMS to deliver rewards, giveaways and coupons right after they opt in, so they feel like they made a good choice. Then continue giving the value frequently to remind them to visit your business over the competition. And how does a business go about doing all of this? It's not that hard. There are a variety of great SMS platforms out there. They operate in much the same way as an email marketing application. You just log in, compose a message and hit send. Very simple. To get started, set up your shortcode and post it everywhere your customers can see it. Create some incentives to get them to opt in and start building your list. Okay, let's talk advertising. Another great way to leverage your buyers' reliance on their mobile phones. This is an example of a mobile ad for Kentucky Fried Chicken of all things. It may be a little tough to see. This ad was actually presented inside of the mobile version of FHM Magazine, a popular men's magazine. It gives the mobile user an opportunity to win a PSP gaming console from Sony as an incentive for visiting their site, and of course, hopefully eating their food. Mobile advertising like this is taking off like a rocket. According to research from mobythinking.com, mobile ad spending worldwide is predicted to reach $20.6 billion in 2015. And as you can see on this chart, there were over 234 billion, yes, that's with a B, mobile advertising impressions in the fourth quarter of 2011 alone. That's a huge number, and it's growing at an enormous rate. The question is, what works in mobile advertising? Well, data compiled by Gartner, the IT research firm, shows that search ads and location ads deliver the highest revenue. In other words, local is where it's at. In the US, over half of US mobile ad spending is local. So, if you are a local business, meaning that you primarily sell or service a specific geographic area, mobile advertising may be the perfect thing for you. You can target your ads to specific locations, specific applications, and specific types of devices, allowing you to narrow in on exactly who you are trying to reach. Okay, let's talk strategy for a moment. Some things to keep in mind. Maintain realistic expectations. Mobile marketing is effective and its potential grows every day, but it's not a silver bullet. If you sell big ticket items, don't expect major transactions to occur from your mobile campaigns. Instead, work on how you can just get the first step in a sales process started. That may be just a phone call, getting them to opt into your list, or possibly download your mobile application. Whatever it is, it must be quick and easy to do on the phone for it to be a success. How can you get started? There are a lot of great ad networks to choose from. Google, as always, is the elephant in the room, but there are some other great players in this space you might consider. Competitors include JumpTap, Millennia Media, Microsoft and Tapjoy. There are many others as well. Each has its own pros and cons. So as you get more familiar with mobile advertising, you may want to explore them. For 99% of you, getting started on Google's network will be just fine. And getting started is easy. Creating an ad for mobile is essentially the same as placing a normal online ad, but you want to make sure your art and messaging is optimized for mobile screens. Lastly, think through the results you expect before launching the campaign. As I said before, make sure your response that you're expecting to get is appropriate for a mobile user. Okay, moving on to the next piece of the mobile marketing puzzle, mobile apps. Apps are a huge business. In the Apple App Store alone, there are more than 250,000 applications available for download. And get this, in 2010, 5 billion apps were downloaded from the App Store. As more people switch to smartphones, you can expect this number to keep rising. Here's another mind-blowing stat. According to Gartner, mobile apps themselves will generate $15.9 billion in expected end-user spending in 2012. What's more, Gartner predicts that location-enabled apps, which deliver services and promotional messages to users based on their location, will be the most profitable in the coming years. With all that said, I'm not saying you should definitely rush out and pay a developer to build an app for your business. Apps are not for every business, and users are getting increasingly picky about which apps they'll download. And studies are showing that app fatigue is a real issue. Most apps stop getting used after a very short period of time because they aren't on the user's shortlist of most important apps. So if you're interested in taking the app route, you've got to do your homework. Specifically, you should figure out if you can create an app that truly adds unique value to your prospects and/or your buyers. Let me show you some examples of what other companies have done. Perhaps there are some ideas that would likely add value to your target market. An app that delivers special offers, as we mentioned earlier. People love getting sweet deals over their phones. This one is from Golfsmith Golf Store, and you can see that they are offering a special deal on a club. If you have a fanatical buying audience, like golfers, a special offers app may be just the ticket. Another possibility, if you have an enthusiastic customer base, you can channel and leverage that enthusiasm with a loyalty program. This is an example that many of you probably recognise, the loyalty and purchasing app from Starbucks. I know a lot of people that are on this several times a day. Next, any app that makes someone's life easier is worth exploring. If you can help people out, you'll generate a ton of goodwill, and that will pay dividends. Calculator apps are a good example of this. This one is from a fitness and weight loss company, and they are helping their users succeed by making it easy to track their exercise activity and food intake. Other calculator examples include mortgage calculators, construction measurement calculators for construction contractors, and cooking measurement calculators for the home chef. I'm sure there are many other possibilities as well. Games. Everyone loves games, no matter the demographic. You may have heard of this huge trend they call the gamification of business. Foursquare is a perfect example of an app that makes a game out of checking in to various businesses. You could use the Foursquare app to create a game experience for those that frequent your business. Lastly, everyone is looking for ways to get more done in the day. Productivity apps are incredibly popular in Apple's App Store and in the Android market. The mobile trading app from eTrade is a good example, and they have those funny Super Bowl commercials with the talking baby. Anyway, you can literally trade stocks on the go with this app. You don't necessarily have to come up with something so sophisticated, but if you can find a way to help your customers get more done through an app, you can win their loyalty. Okay, so those are the 4 major types of mobile marketing: mobile SEO, SMS messaging or text messaging, mobile advertising, and mobile application development. If you take away anything from this presentation, and I hope you take a lot away, but if you take away just one thing, it should be this: the future is mobile. And the sooner you adapt to this change, which is already well underway, the sooner your business will be in a position to compete for tomorrow's customer. Okay, let's address some of the more frequently asked questions I get about mobile marketing. Do I need to have a separate website for a mobile site? Effectively, the answer is yes. As I showed you earlier, your mobile site will have much less information and be designed for easy consumption on a mobile device. Will I put the same information on my mobile site? No, it will be much less information. People aren't taking the time on their mobile devices to read all of the content you have on your main site. You'll want to condense it to the basics. How do you make a mobile site? There are a variety of publishing tools that make creating a mobile site a fairly simple process for an experienced developer, just like creating a normal website. What is a shortcode? Shortcodes are those special telephone numbers, shorter than normal telephone numbers, that can be used to automatically subscribe people to text messaging lists, deliver information, etc. You've no doubt seen these shortcodes advertised on TV or at businesses around town. Something like text coupons to 90210 on your mobile phone. Those are shortcodes. Are mobile ads pay-per-click? You can do mobile ads on a pay-per-click or pay-per-impression basis, just like you can in regular online advertising. You can also do a pay-per-call model or even pay-per-download in some cases. How can I build a mobile app? There are software platforms specifically designed to help you build a mobile app, and there are a lot of them given the surge in mobile app development. Is it expensive to build a mobile app? Not necessarily. A simple mobile app can be surprisingly cheap, potentially no more than $1,000. That being said, just like anything else, you can end up spending much more than that if you want to take a more sophisticated approach. Okay, let's wrap this up. This shift in strategy may seem daunting to you at this point. Don't worry, you've got help when you need it. If we can be of any assistance in helping you plan or execute your mobile marketing strategy, please do get in touch. That's the end of the presentation. I hope this has been helpful, and I really appreciate the time you took out of your busy schedule to listen to this presentation. Remember, if you need any help or have any questions, just get in touch with us. Once again, thank you for attending the presentation, and we look forward to helping you if you need us.